Because energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transferred. And where you're going,
Energy can never be destroyed. It simply passed from one thing to another. Yes, that's Newton's third law. But hold just one moment, because the damn person on this planet come out with what he just said until I said it, and it's trademarked. Well, it's stamped. It's time stamped. Everything. And I'm not trying to say anything to give my own self some credit, but I don't need credit to give credit when it's already due. I got it already. That shit's crazy, dog. Y'all over here saying shit that ain't never been said before. And all due respect, my dear, I'm glad that you're aligned and you're ascending and you're learning just like everybody else. But I'm sorry, I was in my 20s, like 21, 22, when I thought of that. And nobody on this planet was talking about that. And I gotta be straight up honest with you. It happened through a traumatic experience in my life, and I had to reroute energy. But nobody, I literally would ask my teachers, okay, so Newton's third law and Leonardo da Vinci, you have to have somebody else complete those inventions, complete those the theories. You know what I mean? And nobody up until this point has decided to do those, and I became that person. I did. Nobody was talking about energy transference. Not one human being on this planet was talking about energy transference whatsoever. And you know why? Because I would have known then. I wouldn't have been like, okay, so this is what it is, you know? I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have had to look for it on my own. You know, I wouldn't have had to figure it out and had to, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I just, y'all know, y'all see, and this is how I'm going to say this. I was at work and somebody tried to say, oh, she wrote something and she took it out of the Bible. Da, 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 da. I was like, first off, how'd you know I write? I never told you. And then, where'd you see it at? And thank you for telling me that it's somewhat like the Bible, because I would never do blasphemy and take something out of the Bible and make it my own. You hear me? So that means you've seen something that was mine. And long story short, I'm just going to say, you guys can take my stuff, save it as one of your favorites, or save it onto your phone and repost it on your profile, and it get millions and millions and millions of views. I knew that in like 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like, ketchup. We drink mustard and mayonnaise. Come on now, y'all. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm in the utmost respect. It's an insult to my intelligence that that's just what y'all think it is. Like, that's why I just put out just a little bit, because if you give enough, if you give too much, they're going to run off and take the whole thing. But if you get just a little bit, they're going to be stuck at energy transference. That's what you thought it was, cuz. That's what you thought it was, but that's what you thought it was, bruh. That's what you thought it was. And I'm not trying to be like that, bro. Like, that's just so messed up. Like, y'all see my shit. You seen it. You like it. You're learning from it. But you don't throw credit when credit's due. I see how you move. Shiesty. Grimy. Ain't nothing like me. On the other side trying to get in but can't. How you gonna hate from the outside but you can't get inside the club? Sorry, I had to. And I like this dude. His videos are cold. He's cool and everything like that. But don't just sneak up in there and add that energy transference like you thought of that off the top of your head. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm sorry. No, you didn't. Come on now. If that's the case, then we need to start paying people with the currency that we hold mentally and physically, okay? Because we are being robbed mentally, physically, and emotionally, okay? So if we're doing that energy transference now and it's getting on a worldwide spectrum, we owing people, and some people are in the rears. They need to come with that. They owe. Because you can't take from me and try to give to she and call it with John and Mikey. Nah, bruh. Come on now. Uh-uh. That's what it says. I don't even care if you put my name on it. Just throw credit when credit's due. What you gonna do? You just gonna stop at the energy transference? Dang. Know what you're talking about before you spit it out your mouth. What else? What comes next? Fill me in. I'm listening. Cause I'm tuned in now. I want to see. Cause I gave y'all an inch. You took a mile and ran off with that motherfucker like you was doing laps and I don't know, but just whatever you do, keep it over there. Don't mess with me for real, because like I said, I only give out a little bit. I don't put out what's worth knowing. You know what I mean? You should already know this shit. You should have already known about energy transference. Somebody should have already known about that they would have told me in school, in psychology, in sociology, that when you get around people, you feel their emotions. When you touch somebody, you pass energy over to them. So you got to learn how to block that. You see what I'm saying? So don't just, nah, man. Come on now. You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. But if you lead them to the water, they might drink so much they got the hiccups. You okay? No, I'm just saying. No, I like this video though, and it is pass that on. Energy transference is a real thing, but long story short, that's not where it stops at, okay? Just like you need energy to keep going and going and going and going and going and going, and you think that asking for forgiveness will get you saved, and all you got to do is just repent at the end of the day and all this extra stuff. And then what's the last one that I was going to say that really gets me? Oh, that everybody's like reborn again. You just ask for forgiveness and you're born again. If you believe that, if you truly believe that with your whole heart of hearts, believe that, okay? Believe that. Just keep thinking you can repeat the same action over and 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 over again, and your energy stays the same, okay? You believe that. Because I promise you, that's just what I want you to think. That's what I want you to think. Your negatives ain't going nowhere with me, baby. The negatives is going to stay where they lay. Shit. The ground might not even want them. You hear me? So, I'm jeffing. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Resurrection. What is it called? No, it's called reincarnation. Yeah, y'all think y'all can keep reincarnating over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? Just wait. Wait until man, I'm done with it already. I finished at 20, 28, 29. My theory is complete, but that's what's funny is reincarnation. I'm gonna let y'all believe. And just keep asking for forgiveness and everything's clean. All right, hey, what is it? This your soul, you got a clean path and everything like that. You get to live life all over again and stuff like that. You come back as a new body and stuff like that. Okay, all right. You might be coming back, but it ain't gonna be how you was. This is funny. That's why I said you wrote down the wrong code. Don't get mad when time comes back on you and it's like you wrote down the wrong code. Men can get so many women pregnant and not take care of none of the kids, might not even know who the daddy is. You see what I'm saying? Women can only get pregnant one time a year and they're going to know who that baby's daddy is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so who's lying on who? Exactly. Quit playing, because two can play that game. And to be honest with you, I don't play games. I keep telling y'all that. I'm going to let you play. Looking cray. By yourself. Look, like checkmate, run over to the other side. Checkmate. No. Playing games. I don't know anybody. These people want the crown, want the title, want everything, but they don't want the work that's put into it. They want what it looks like, but they don't want the life that it took to get there. You see what I'm saying? How you want to copy? How you going to try to take from the original and go give it to a fraudulent offie? You see what I'm saying? That don't make no sense to me. Like, oh, girl ain't holding the candle, but you going to go ahead and take from this person and give to that person just to level them up a little bit like they did back in the slave days. You raping a girl outside in the shed just to go back to your wife, and you got your babies being breastfed by, you know what I mean, by your slaves, come on now, y'all, like just one touch, that's all they need. You see what I'm saying? So give credit when credit's due. Quit playing, baby. You know what you need. That's crazy. How you gonna go against what you need or try to get mad at what you need, baby? You better be nice. Because just as surely as we came, we will leave. I I don't do this unnecessary tit for tat, all that and whatever. You gonna do exactly what it is. If not, you gonna come back and do it again. Shit.